Well, it's about time I put out a video. I want to discuss a couple milestones and a couple heartbreaks. So first I want to show you all of the pepper plants that were rock stars in my opinion. These are the ones that were ready to start giving off peppers before I prune them. We have the sweet yellow stuffing, banana, cubanella, Hungarian wax, Jimmy Nardello, sweet chocolate, piment Juan sucre. Yeah, I think that's how you say it. Could be wrong. Melrose, Horizon, a violet sparkle, Quadrato di et Gallio, something like that. Santa Grande, Shitu. All right, and that's all the ones with buds that I can see. Now, let me talk to you about my first pest and pruning. Here is the first pest I came across. Look, we got a friend. Now that pest, this is probably a pest too. I'm just gonna let it go where I found it, away from my little driveway garden. So what I did find is spider mites, and spider mites are horrible because they can multiply so fast. So once you see them, you really have to get under control pretty fast. The thing about spider mites, it's so horrible from what I've seen and read about them, is that they get to adult size from hatching within 5 days. And then within 5 days, they can lay eggs, over 100 of them. So once you start seeing them, one female lays 100 eggs and 50 of those are female. Those 50 female are going to hatch in 3 days. So in a week time, the population goes 50 times. It just gets out of control fast, really bad. So once you see them, you definitely want to get on top of them. I tried a concoction I saw online with milk and flour and water. Not impressed. Did not work for me. I originally wanted to do an experiment on pruning different pepper plants, but because of these mites, I had to prune my pepper plants way back. Really bad. I'll show you an example. Okay, so this is Midnight Dream, and it's pruning time. And I'm definitely going to do it because I have spider mites. The white is the eggs, little black is the spider mites, and you can see the webbing. By the time you see webbing, you know it's been going on for too long. But let's give it a prune. Okay, so this is what it looks like when I'm done. So all but one variety was I able to do a pruning test with. This is my sweet yellow stuffing. I did not prune this one. And then here is the one that I pruned. Now everything else has been majorly pruned, and not all of them are doing good. This was going to be an experiment on having two grow in the same. I don't think this one weathered really well or made it. We'll find out if it gives off new leaves. It's still alive. This could give another leaf. I'm just letting them do their thing. But that's where we're at. So we do have one very small test between pruning and not pruning. It looks like I'm gonna be able to do. Then the other test that I have set up is this. I put pepper plants behind foil and one next to it. The one so far in the foil is not happy with me whatsoever. And I'm gonna tell you, I think if I ever try this again, I'm gonna hold off until I feel like the plant has made it to appreciate the sun and the weather better. Because I had them outside in trays for maybe a week on and off, but I kind of was forced to do this once I saw the spider mites. And from when I planted them and pruned them and put this in, I think it was a bit shock for the plants. But it's not dead yet. It might be. But I do think the extra sun, it did not help it when it got pruned so far back and had the spider mites on it and just got replanted. The one similar to it, this is a cubanella, it didn't take it too well either. I mean, you got to remember, I had rubbed my fingers on every leaf to remove the spider mites, and I could have missed some too. So I do see some growth down here, so I do think it's gonna make it. But this one, I don't see any growth. Maybe on the top right here. We're gonna find out. This is just an experiment. Maybe right there, yeah. This could have one little leaf coming out. We shall see. But I just wanted to let you know that I am doing that experiment. Now, please remember, this is the first time I've ever planted plants by seed. So every single step has been a learning experience for me. So another different experiment that I'm doing is a different sands. Let me show you. This actually is like 50% sand, 50% potting mix. They're actually doing pretty okay in this so far. Then I have over here, I have 1/4 inch sifted soil in here. And I have 1/2 inch sifted soil in here. So I'm gonna see if 1/2 inch does better than regular or 1/4 versus sand. So we have the soil, we have the sand or sifted, the potting mix. We have one plant that's growing unpruned versus pruned. And then I have companion planting is another experiment I'm doing. That one I haven't started yet. I'm almost there, but I want to get a video out for you guys. So next video, I will have which ones I'm doing companion planting with. I'm gonna lose a few peppers between the pruning and the sun and their new home. I'm anticipating lose a couple. So I do not want to designate plants yet for the companion planting until I know which ones are definitely gonna be fine and make it. So I'm just gonna have to wait a little bit longer on those. I wanna discuss with you a couple things I've learned about transplanting and transitioning them outside. First, let me show you this. When putting them outside in trays, one of my experiments I'm doing is with my own made soil blocks. And then I have the trays. But one thing I found with the wind, I don't know if you can see that over there, the wind has blown my sticks away all over. Now I have mystery plants again. So I have to make a note when bringing them outside. Another thing I want to show you with my tomato contest, I used 3 different containers for transplanting. So I wanted to see which ones would do best. Now, I wouldn't say it's 100% because technically the genetics of the seed could all be different. But right now I want to show you the winner of this small experiment. My own soil blocks, this guy right here. Let's see how many leaves. 1, 2, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. This one in the cup is at this stage. Then here's my winner. Now, I've heard some things about these grow bags, that they're not biodegradable and they burn, and according to reviews on Amazon, I think I've seen it somewhere else, but there's no denying out of just straight up soil or using a red cup or those, which one is definitely doing better. I'm impressed, let's put it that way, with that bag. I did not experiment enough across the board to really know if that's gonna be the same results every time, but I just wanna put that out there. So to recap, what we're gonna see next pepper project is we're gonna see a lot more growth. I think by the time they start blooming, that will be the next video that will come out. By that next video, I will have the ones that I'm doing companion planting. So I'll be able to give you that and we'll be able to watch them grow together. If you haven't seen my pepper project, the whole video is here. And if this is an older video and we have a newer video, it's here. If you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe and hit the bell. All right, love you guys.